Boom! He's back. Motivation morning call. Motivation Academie. Janik. Yeah, I'm here. Today my subject is the children. Yeah, the children. Some of you have children. I have 3 myself, so I know a little bit what I'm talking about here. And telling the children the truth. The importance of telling the children the truth. I find that so important. Hold on, I'm just gonna set the chat on the side. Okay. Yeah, telling the children the truth, because there's so many areas that we can enlighten them, and not just the shape of the earth. I mean, there's many other things that blue ball. There's health. You know, health is a very significant thing that you can do for your children to show them good eating habits. And I'm not preaching to be perfect here. I still have to work on myself on some stuff, but I think I've discarded pretty much all the bad resonance, bad vibrations. And that's what I try to show to my children, to the good values and, the importance of having a good health. If you want to go around and live your dreams, you need to be healthy. If you're not healthy, first of all, you won't have the same energy. For sure, I have much more energy now that I'm having better eating habit and discarded all the scrap of Babylon, because there's a lot of scrap. There's poison in our food all over. It's terrible. And sometimes, it's just to be aware to look for the names, to look for the stuff on the packaging, and to be aware of the poison you eat and not eat it. So me, it started with the journey of juicing the eating habit, the better eating habit, and what I showed to my children at the same time was, the juicing, the eating a lot of veggies, having good eating habit is not very staying healthy. What if I tell you that eating healthy is normal? These days it's like it's not really normal to eat healthy, and people find that, but there's more and more people becoming conscious of their health. They're not all sleeping. I see a lot more health shop around than there was many years ago. So people are becoming more conscious, that's for sure. It's a consciousness thing. It's a whole that's becoming more conscious. So we've came a long way since 50 years just with the food and the super food now on the market. And there's more and more people looking for those. But at the same time, we can be always swallowed by buzzword. There's a lot of buzzword when it starts to talk about food. So telling the children the truth and the health. For health is the food. The food I'm talking about is very important. That's what I do with my children all the time. We try to keep good eating habits, and to find alternatives to what we usually eat. Like recently, I've been making hot dogs with carrots. Meatloaf with chickpeas, stuff like that. So the kids like it. It's a new thing. It's something new, and I think it's very good for them to discover new things too. So we try to stay original. As long as you stay original and you are creative with the food you make, you will not get bored, and you will not go back to your old eating habits of hot dogs and poutine and stuff like that. So pizza and. I've never been a big pizza and junk eater, but I had my share, like pretty much everybody. The temptation is there all over in Babylon. This is what is very depressive when it starts to, especially me here, I live in a village. There's not much stuff around. There's one grocery store, and I'm not in the heart of Montreal, and on Montreal Street, where I can have liquid nutrition and all these stores close. So it's very the temptations are all over, and it's to tell to your children also, you know, that McDonald's is crap and all these places, all the junk food around, to point it and to tell them and to not bring them there. Like I don't think I ever, I think I've brought my kids maybe once to McDonald's when maybe 10 years ago, something like that. But since it's not the kind of place that I go with my children, and I think we should really avoid, because the moment you enter these places with your children, they get all amazed because, you know, there's clowns, there's toys, there's games, and all that is to keep their mind away from what they're really eating in their plate, the scrap that they eat. So, you know, it's a mind game. It's a mind game. That's all it is. So if you don't open your mind and research on food and what you eat, and you will eat scrap all your life, because that's all there is. It's pretty much all there is in our society today is junk food. Me, it gets very, very depressing. I find that part very, very depressing when it's time to go. When it's time to go eat outside of my home. That's because there's nothing. It's all pretty much junk all over. So, you know, cook your own food at home. Very important. Cook your own food, but even that, cook. We shouldn't even cook the food. We should eat raw most possible. Me, I try to eat raw the most possible. It's best. Hi, so bro, one is out, but listening, almost home. Okay, good, you are. No, I decided to do it a little bit earlier this morning, 7 o'clock here now. Yeah. It's a morning call, so it has to be early in the morning. Even sometime we'll maybe go earlier than that, maybe 6 o'clock, or in the summer it's going to be earlier than that for sure, because I'm out early in the summer shooting videos and finding chilling spot. Yeah, so today it's very cold here. Today very cold. It's like minus 23 with the wind. So I don't think I'll be out making videos, but maybe I'll go and I'll do one or two or something like that. Just question of freezing my butt a bit outside. But yeah, telling the children the truth, first of all, yeah, I think it starts with the food, because the food is one of the main things that, come on, we consume food every day, and this is where I think one of the biggest change can take place in our society, is starting by what we eat, what we consume, because everything that we eat is, come on, there's a lot of product that we eat that are made around the world just to feed us. So the moment we become more conscious about all that scrap we put in, and we tell our children, me, I have a son, a 19-year-old, Samuel, you should see him now. He's on a nutrition plan with a dietitian, and you know, he takes really good care of his body. It's to become conscious also that your body is very, very important, that your temple is all that you have to go around. And if you're not healthy, well, where are you going to go? To the Babylon Hospital? It's probably the only place where you're going to end up if you're not careful about your health. And yeah, so very, very important to remain conscious about our eating habit. Me, because this is a struggle too. Like I said, there is a lot of temptation, and I think everybody is tempted by the temptation. We're just, even me, sometimes you know, there's a meal here in Quebec. It's called the poutine. It's very, very popular in Quebec here. Everybody eats poutine. Pretty much everybody, not everybody, but, and it's the big, big thing here. You know, French fries with gravy and cheese, and I used to have a big fix on that, big time. I used to love it so much, but you know, at one point you have to reduce the junk, and that's it. That's where the moment I started to eat more greens, juice, I started to lose weight. I lost 100 pounds. So I dropped 100 pounds. I was 300 pounds before. I was much heavier than what I am now. But just by changing my eating habits, more greens, more juicing, no more milk, no more the milk. I was a milk drinker too. I was taking my milk directly from the farm, directly from the cow. So yeah, I used to love it, but I realized at one point that it's very, very acid. And it's not very complicated. You have to keep an alkaline body. Keep your body alkaline. Avoid the acid food. Like, you know what's acid, meat, milk product, everything that's acid. You can go on the internet and research acid food, alkaline food. You're going to have it all. So then you keep your body alkaline, because that's what we are. We're like batteries, and that's why when you do bad things, they put you into a cell, because you need a cell. It's a battery. That's what it is. We are living entities, batteries, and you must be first you have to stay positive. You have to stay positive at all time, and you have also to put good alkaline stuff in your battery, because when the battery turn acid, you know what happened. That's it. It busts. So that's what's gonna happen to you if you go too acid, too much sugar, too much this. Well, and it's to teach that to the children too. And you know, it's not just to keep it for you. Me, every time I do something, especially when I cook, I try to involve the kids in it and to make them do something. And like slowly, like when I had a knife and I carved like a big, yesterday I had a cabbage. I was doing a cabbage roast, and I was smashing the cabbage with a knife. So I told Gavin, I said, "Hey, Gavin, come here. You know, I know he loves knife, he loves weapons and stuff." And so I go ahead, give it a good knife. So I try to involve them the maximum possible, and yeah, just telling them the truth, and telling them the truth also about the world, about you know, religion, about religion. Tell them the truth about the religion. Don't hold that. No, don't hold it against them, because then they go to school, and like Gavin came back 2 days ago. He said, "Daddy, they're starting to tell me a story about Jesus and stuff like that." I said, "Listen," I said, "you want me to tell you the truth? I'll tell you the truth." Me, anywhere I go, I'm fed up of the illusion, and especially I don't want my children to grow up into confusion. I want them to have a clear mind, to know who they are. It's to know who you are. I say it all the time. You must know who you are. It's if you squander around in life, no direction, not knowing who you are, not knowing your dream, or that's my super juice that I make in Cuba. The juice I made before, the honey crisp. Yeah. That's another thing, you know, I buy big batches of stuff and prepare in advance a bit my stuff to make sure. Like now it's minus 23 outside. There's no apples on trees. Forget about it. So I stock for the winter. It gets very cold here. Nothing grows. Everything is dead. Everything is dead except me. I'm alive, and I'm me. The cold is not gonna stop me. That's for sure. No, I'm used to it anyway. No? But yeah, telling them the truth about religion, that's it. He comes to me, Gavin, with his Jesus story, and they show them how to pray and everything. You know, when you pray, you become a prey. When you pray, you become a prey. Why do you need to pray for? You know, pray to yourself. Me, I think the most work you can, because nobody will come and save you. I have to create my own salvation here. The kids the same, and I'm not going to do it for them. So it's, if they can start from a young age, like I told Gavin yesterday, we have big discussion, me and Gavin. Sometimes we sit on the couch here, like yesterday he came back from school, and I know he's going to be in a state to talk to me because we're alone in the house together. So I take him with me, and we sit on the couch, and we just talk and talk and talk about stuff. And he's asking me questions, you know, because I tell them to question stuff, even question what I tell you. Don't take everything for granted. Experience it, Gavin. That's the best you can do. I said, I'm going to tell you stuff, but experience it, you know. Anyway, so he comes with his Jesus story that, yeah, they tell them in school still today, to this day, they show them, they tell them how to pray, imagine. And weren't we supposed to have put that aside, all the religious stuff in Quebec? This is what I don't understand. I thought it was all put aside, the religious stuff, but apparently not. Now they still talk about Jesus and praying, and I don't know, me, I've never really been a religious kind of guy. I think, like I said, I'm as divine as the Pope, as anybody else, as anything that is here on earth is divine. Well, that's it. Tell the kids that their imagination create their reality. Yeah, the real prayer is your imagination, bottom line. Yeah, yeah, that's it, exactly. And that's the next thing I told Gavin yesterday. I said, Gavin, because he's talking to me about dinosaur, about space, about stuff like that, you know, that other kids talk about, and a fantasy, the fantasy that other children talk about. And I tell him it's okay. You can still imagine stuff. You can imagine the dinosaur. You can imagine. I don't want you to stop your imagination, but you must be conscious that these things are not real. It's just fairy tales. And he tells me, he said, yeah, Daddy, I know it's fairy tales now. But he said, I like to talk about it with my friend. But that's it. But at least be conscious that it's fairy tales. That's what I tell them all the time. Use your imagination is the greatest tool you have. You have to use your imagination. It's more powerful than anything else. Because I said, look, with imagination, the world we have made. People imagine, some guys have imagined that we live in space, traveling through space on the big blue ball. And I said, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Even I told Gavin, I said, think about it. I said, they tell you, okay, they tell you that you spin on a ball faster than the speed of sound. So I took something, I took whatever object I had, and I let it drop on the floor. And I said, the sound that it made to reach your ear, that speed, I said, the earth is spinning faster than that. He was like, yeah, I said, it's nonsense. They tell us we spin at 1,000 miles per hour. 1,000 miles per hour. Hello, 1,000 miles per hour. Speed of sound, 709 miles per hour, something like that. So it's totally nonsense. Yeah, space is looking in outer space, but the key is to look in your inner space. The world is upside down. Exactly. Everything is inverted. Everything is inverted. And the moment, if you're not aware that everything is inverted, you will be in that illusion. You will look for God outside of yourself. You will, all this stuff that you will look for space, and you will think that the earth is separate from space, from the sky, from, you know, it's a separation everywhere. That's why also they made the space thing separated from the earth. But to me, the earth and the sky and the moon and the sun and the stars, this is all the earth. The earth is all there is. I don't see anything else. So the earth is all there is, but it's everything in creation. So this is where it's shapeless. Anyway, yeah, the shapeless thing goes around. So that's it. So it's to tell them to use their imagination. Very, very important to use your imagination. And this is how you're going to design your life. This is how you're going to realize your dream, is by imagining stuff. So I said, it's okay. You can imagine that the dinosaur existed or any other thing. That doesn't make them true. It doesn't make it true. Like we can imagine space, but it doesn't make it true. We never experienced it. I've never seen it. I've never, other than on CGI photographs, it's just fairy tales. It's fairy tales. I know today it's fairy tales. It's like the rest. White or white. Hi, everyone. Ibar. Wisdom, great. I have to check on my other computer. I don't want to switch screen here. And so yeah, so telling the children the truth becomes in an era, especially in the decade of consciousness like we're in. If we're not telling our children the truth, it's the best thing we can, because the bigger change, you know, you can't change the world. Can't change the world, forget about that. I thought when I was young, I was going to change the world. I could change the world. But you have to be the change. You have to be the light. And the biggest work you can do is to show your children. It's to make children. Now, I know today why I had children. Back then, I was, you know how it's inverted. Everything's inverted, even in our minds. Before, I was like, oh, I was not kind of questioning why I made children, but I kind of, to see the world the way it goes, I was questioning the fact of having children, for sure. And everybody is like that. Once you're in that state of negative mind of Babylon, you even question the fact of making children. So, but now after my bigger, ma prise de conscience, comment on dit ça, Mike? I can find it. Anyway, it started to, everything started to be clear to me that, come on, the whole thing was a lie. And I think if I don't tell my children the truth and show them the way, like at one point we have to show the children the way also, you know, it's the younger generation that can make a change, and the biggest change you can make is in your house. Is if I don't question, that's it, the thing of the fact of making children anymore, because I know that I'm making they're going to become warriors of Babylon just like me. They're not going to let their mind, it's a mind game, that's all it is. So if I don't, the consciousness that they embody will affect people around them. It's like that we do the work. Me, that's what I think. It doesn't mean that everybody has to go with what I say. Me today, like I said, I was back then questioning a bit the fact of having children. I think I was having children. Yeah, I love children. Don't get me wrong. But it was just like a bit to do like everybody else, like having children. You know, getting married, having a job, getting married. I used to have a dog, the whole kit. But at one point, you know, a dog got sick. Yeah, and that's it. You know, everybody gets sick these days. Sickness shouldn't happen. It's another thing. Why do we get sick? You know, don't you think we should be healthy human beings and not? But there's so much bad vibration in our society that it affects us on many, many levels, especially mentally. Especially mentally, the distraction, and it's to tell you, also to show your children that distraction are there to distract them, because there's a lot, and especially when they're young, they get pulled by distractions very, very easy on TV everywhere, YouTube, with their tablets, their phone. They have phones. I see them walking with phones. That's another thing. We have become such a bunch of living dead with those devices. It's insane. Everywhere I walk, everywhere I go, I see people on their phone, and that's all they do. Like the other day, I go take a walk with Abby. I said, come with me, Abby. We'll go to the grocery store by walk. And I pass in front of freaking our vision. Me and Abby both look at it, and you know, we're both, okay, pretty much awake. Abby is 13. She knows pretty much everything I say, and she's on board. She's not, you know, once you have you open your mind, and you're going to realize that you are much more than what they tell. Because the conspiracy, I say it all the time, it's against us. So even the children at one point, they feel the weight of society when they're young. I used to feel it. And that's why I am the person I am that I needed when I was young. You know, when I was young, I needed someone to tell me the truth. I knew there was something wrong with the world. I knew I'm not here for no reason. I know that the world is a lie and the whole thing is a scam, and they're lying to us on everything. But I couldn't really do the deep work until really something happened to me. But anyway, I think it's important to show them what keeps them distracted and everything, and just to, you know, enlighten them to a better state of mind, and just to not let. That's it. I was gonna say that thing of the story pizza. I pass in front of the store, and the pizza store, and I see the girl with Abby, and she's sitting at the counter, and with her phone in her hand, the Pepsi can on the side and the pizza on the side. It's like, it's full horror vision, but it's like that everywhere. Most people do not even care about their own body. You know, that's the thing also, the negative state of mind that we're in, is that we don't really care about ourselves. And that I think this is by design also, because it's part of not realizing who you are. Because if you realize who you are, you will take care of yourself. You will want to live. Me, I want to live to 150 to 100 years old. I don't want to. I'm not afraid to die, because that's the only certainty probably I have with the fact that I'm alive. I'm alive and I'm gonna die. So that's the two certainty that I have. But you know, I don't want to go through life also not healthy. Like, I want to maximize the temple, the potential of my temple, and really, especially the head. And once you start eating better food, you have better thoughts. It's more clear. And we don't need that much food anyway. We don't need that much food anyway. That's what I realized also, is I was eating way too much and the wrong things. And the wrong things, you can eat a lot less, and the better things, the better food, superfoods, whatever. But yeah, it's to tell them also, yeah, the distraction. I was talking about the distractions because they're all over, the distraction. We are in an era of massive distractions. And this is what keeps all of us away from our true nature, from designing our life, realizing that we have a passion, a purpose, a dream, call it whatever you want. It's the distraction, because I know I felt it, I lived it. I've been distracted all my life with nonsense. I wasn't like super big on distraction, because I always been a guy very, very focused, and I had goals in my life and smashed them. So I was always, you know, I'm not here for no reason. I always been the leader, and I always had goals in life, and I wanted to go through them, and that's it. So that's it. It's to realize who we are, that we're not just robots made to work in Babylon and stuff like that. We have to realize our greater purpose, and all together. But anyway, once you start empowering your children with good stuff, with good thoughts and good, just have to sit down a bit. You know, me and my knee. Yeah, so the moment we tell them more, better values, you know, it's just to teach them a new perspective of life. I don't know, it's to, and even though they go to a public school, but I know it's not the best, but anyway, that's what it is for now. And I don't think because I awoke to certain stuff, I should turn around everybody's life and my life. Like, I went through public school and my body rejected it. I told you I was a dropout in school. But I did all my secondary. You know, I did all my. But I never got the diploma. I had to go back to the adults after to get my diploma. Go back to CEGEP, and then I did a prof. I have half of a diploma in building mechanics, like everything that is the building anyway. Big thing, but you know, I realized today that all this was indoctrination, and to you know, Bob Marley said they're building church and universities, and all there is more confusion. All there is more confusion, because the church are a place where that's what I tell my children. My children ask me too about the church, about Jesus and stuff like that. I told them straight flat out, these are satanic ritual places. And people don't know. They go do the satanic ritual for them. They drink the blood. They eat the flesh, and the whole thing. It's symbolic. Yeah, you don't eat there. You eat a piece of flesh, but you eat the white thing that they give you, and that represents the flesh. You know, it's a cannibal. They even eat their prophet. They eat their prophet. They're cannibal people. It's very, very evil. And once you like. I told Abby, I said, it's just to stop attaching your vibration to it. It's not necessarily to really, you know, go crazy with that and blast everybody that are in there. Like we still have to respect each other. It's not because I am awake to certain stuff that I will go blast people like crazy. No, I was there myself. I baptized my kids in the church. What am I to judge anybody here? So I don't judge nobody with that. I just do my own journey in there, and I realize the whole thing, the whole lies, and the whole scam in the world, and that's it. That's what I can't stay blind anymore. I just can't stay blind. It's impossible for me. That's what they want. They want us to be blind as bat and not see anything and keep our head in the sand, and feel like a grain of sand on a seashore too. You know, it's. But once we awake to our greater purpose, like once you get that calling, I don't know, maybe it's the same for many are called, few are chosen. Who knows? But also, yeah, that's the truth. Telling the children the truth is very important on so many levels. Religion, food, the earth. The earth. You want to talk about the earth? You know, once you become grounded once you know where you are, you know, it's not because we know everything and the whole thing about where we are, but we know we're not where they tell us. And it's impossible. I look at, come on, first of all, show me the curve. Let's show me the curve. I'll shut my mouth in the flat earth. What's the comment here? Hold on, guys. I'm looking at the comment. But I was not Christian, and I did not know any Christian. Evan is in new to Corinthian. Yeah, but anyway, me, I'm not. I don't know if there's God is love and truth. Yeah, but God is a big thing, bro. God. I thought for once in my life that God was really the way. But which God are we talking about? This is the thing. Which God are you talking about? The Creator, the Divine, because this is more something that is inside everything that surrounds us. You know, we have the consciousness we have the God consciousness, but you have to wake it up, you know. You have to wake this up inside, and I don't see anybody else but us here. So God, I've never seen any manifestation of God. I believe that there is a force, a divine, but if you talk about God, me, it's Lucifer. That's what I see, because God, you're talking about their God in the Vatican. That's what you're talking about. If you take their Bible, it's again their book. That's what they use. I don't go nothing of Babylon. I don't deal with no politician, no church thing, nothing like that. I will create my own salvation. I don't need an external God because I've never seen it. To me, it's been put inside of us. We all experience God subjectively or the divine subjectively. But as it is for God, if you ask me if I believe in God, answer is no. Answer is no, because you ask me to believe in Lucifer and their God, the evil people. That's what that's the God I heard all my life. So it's not the God I want to. And first of all, I don't want to believe. I don't want to believe. You know, again, we said it. It's just a belief. God is just a belief. I can have many different beliefs. I can believe I heard out through space. I can believe all kinds of stuff. Do you know it? I know that God is inside me because I can feel it and I live it. This is the thing. Once you start to freaking live it, you're going to realize that God is not that far. And it might not be the God that you thought. But you have to shine your light, bro. You have to shine your light. You have to get in touch with that source, with that source, that power. Everybody can access that power. But you have to do the work. You have to go out. And I don't know, me, that's the way I see it. Me, I feel those vibrations, those divine vibrations. There is a divine. But the divine is inside everything that surrounds me and all things. If I can see a plant divine, I see you divine, I see anybody divine. So to look outside of ourselves and God and religion and books and the Bible and this and that, I don't want to know nothing about that. Nothing about that, because I will create my own salvation and I don't need anybody to, I can liberate my own mind from that mental slavery. That's what I'm doing here. I liberate my trauma life. You know, I've been very, very traumatized of this world. I know that I always said my kingdom is not in this world, but that's the only world I have. Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go? That's the only world I have. So at least while I'm here, I'll speak my mind. I'll say what I have to say. Nobody can stop me. Nobody can stop me from speaking, from saying what I have to say. And I will not die with my song still inside. That's for sure. So I don't care who comes my way, tell me this. No. I have something really clear in front of me, and that's what I'm going to smash every doors. And that's the example also I want to show to my children, what is possible rather than what's not. You know, you show them what's possible. Don't show them, don't feed them your fears. Don't teach them your freaking fears. Teach them what's possible to your children. Don't teach them your fears, because that's all we do all day long. We teach our children our fears because we just take what we know and we put it back onto them. And come on, instead of teaching fears, show them what's possible. That's what I do with my children. I don't put them into a mass confusion, into the maze of society and adopt any stereotype. And no, be yourself. Be you, and the world will adjust. Your vibe attract your tribe. That's it. It's not complicated. I mean, me, I just come here and do my thing, and I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to. Like I said, I've been under trauma for a long time, so I have to liberate that trauma, and I have to speak it out, and I cannot keep it inside. I don't do this for popularity. I don't care. I don't care being popular or being. I do that to liberate my mental slavery, to rise and shine. So it's not about being popular at all. Because if it would be about being popular, I would have stopped making videos. I post video after video after video, and not many people watches them. So I do it. I am my own number. I am my number one fan, and that will never change, because that is what is all that matters. Is I stay and remain my number one fan, because I am my worst enemy. I see that guy there on the street, on the screen. Yeah. But inside that guy, there's a big enemy that I have to conquer, and I know it. And that enemy doesn't want me to do this. My brain doesn't give a shit about my dream. It doesn't give a shit about your freaking dream. You have to push yourself. You have to push yourself to do things, because your brain's gonna sit on the freaking couch and do nothing. So if you don't push yourself to greatness, to really manifest your greatness, because it's up to you to manifest your greatness. Nobody else will do it for you. Well, program your brain. Start programming it, because you've been programmed probably already before. Just like me, undo this, unlearn everything you have learned. Just freaking rise and shine after. And I don't know, me, it's the greatest time to be alive. The greatest time to be alive. And I will never stop going. It's always higher. And, for sure. Let me read your comments a bit. The Bible. You guys are arguing about the Bible there? Yeah, you guys are arguing about the Bible. The Bible. Don't talk to me about the Bible. These are all Babylon stuff. It's all freaking illusion. It's all illusion. I've read the Bible. I read the Quran. I wanted to know. I needed to know, because I know people believe in that stuff. And I wanted to know, so I read both. You know, I know what I'm talking about here, but this is just illusion. It's just illusion. That's all it is. You believe, you don't know. My brothers and sisters, you should know and not believe. We believe so many things that we end up finding out that it's just fairy tales. And that's another big fairy tale. Jesus, probably just a representation of something. They're sun worshippers. So, you know, go and research a bit on those Babylonian people. Research on Babylon, man. You're going to see that everything's going to become very, very clear. I don't judge people that read I read it, but it's not something I go by, because I know it's full of fairy tales. It's full of codes. It's been rewritten. And you know, how can it be the words of God? It could be okay, so if it's the word of God, that means it's the word of man. So God is man. Man is God, you know? So this is what it comes down to. They say it's the word of God. Okay, where's God? There's no God about that except us. So wake up. I don't know how to freaking say it, but there's nobody else but us. Have you seen God? Have you seen a big man coming down? And no, other than Santa Claus, I haven't seen anybody. So it's just fairy tales after fairy tales. You know, you should know. As long as I don't know that there is a God, I'm not going to talk about God other than me having that divinity and you and everybody else around. This is the point here. This is where we should, the moment we're going to realize that as masses, game over, game over. Because now it's taking back your power. You've let go of your power so many ways. In religion, food, and the NAS, all this shit. Now it's time to take back your power. Take back your power, step in your truth, live your truth. But that's a big job. That's a big job. It takes work. Most of the people are lazy and don't want to do the work. That's the truth. That's the sad fucking truth. They're lazy. They don't want to do the work. Get off your lazy ass and do the work. I don't know how to say it anymore. It's not hard to work on yourself. It's not hard. I've done it. Other people have done it. Ibar have done it. Wisdom, everybody, all kinds of people I know have done the work to realize who they are. Why can the rest of the people do it? Because they're distracted. Distracted from who they are. That's all it is with work. The kids, everything, the school, everything distracted them. And they come to the weekend and they live only for the freaking weekend. They look for the weekend. And then it's to press back the same button again. Come on. It's just pure madness, spiritual suicide if you do that all your life. I was committing a spiritual suicide myself until I realized what I was doing. Come on, it's a big thing here. It's your life. It's your life. We're talking about our life. We have one. Hello, hello. What I'm going to do, spend it around chasing nonsense all my life? Come on, being distracted by the hockey game on TV at night time. I don't give a shit about that anymore. Canadian can win the Stanley Cup 10 years in a row. I don't give a shit. It's all distraction. It's all pure madness. I can go down in the sports and explain you. First of all, just look at the name. Football, basketball, baseball. Yeah, there's always a ball. There's always a ball involved. Baal, because it's the cult of Baal. But then they wake up, do some research. I'm not here to put down all my research that I've done, but I've done a lot of shows on the Truman Show that I explain all that stuff. All that stuff is explained in depth with Iru, with all kinds of people that I have done the work on themselves and wanted to know a bigger meaning of life, that don't sit on the couch all fucking day long, that they do something with their life. They want to find the meaning of our presence here, of our, you know. Anyway, there is people awake on this plane, and I'm not the only one. Me, I'm awakening. There's a lot more people that's going to awaken. As the day goes by, there's more and more people realizing the lies. It's not hard. It's easy to realize the lies. Very, very easy. Let me see my setting. Yeah, I have the right microphone. Gone on a rent. Gone on a rent. I'm top shape this morning, so I love those stuff. You know, I have to speak it out, because if I don't speak it out, I will remain a slave. Enough. I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I'd rather die than be a victim of that system, of that shit stem, because that's what it is. It's a Babylon shit stem. So the moment we start, you know, awakening and realizing the lies and teaching not fears to our children, but showing them what's possible, that it's possible to live their dreams, that it's possible to speak your mind, to not be swallowed by nonsense. Well, you're going to have children that's going to grow up very, very well, and they're going to become, I see my son Sam going around. It's fantastic. I'm so proud. And I told him, I said, I don't give a shit. I don't realize my dream. If I see you in 10 years realize your dreams, that's it for me. If I see Gavin in stage in 20 years from now, that's it. That's it. If I see anybody going at their dream and smash them, my job is done. I don't care. It's not about me. It's about people realizing. I realize who I was. I realize who I was. That's what I put out. That's what you have here. That's who I am. Okay? But I want you to realize who you are. That's what I want. That's why I come here and share my inspiration, because who else I have other than you guys? Who else I have? I'm going to talk to a wolf, to a cat, to a dog. They cannot reply. I can have a very good relation with them. Super good. But the consciousness is in the man and woman. And this is what I want to share with. I mean, this is why I'm here. It's up to us to take care of this place. We've been put there for a reason, not just to sit on freaking couches in front of TVs. That's nonsense. That's all nonsense. Get off of this madness. Start building your dream one day after the other. Do little things. That's what I tell my children. That's the most truth you have to tell your children, is that they can live their dreams. They're here for that. That's called the dream of life. When it's all attached together, we all live it. We all rise. We all shine. You know, we all love and help each other. People helping people. That's what we need. But we have a society where everybody's just for themselves. Everybody's just for themselves. Wake up. Love and help one another. That's what I have in mind all the time, is to help, help, help. And you know, you have to help people before they help you. That's another thing. Don't think you have to receive everything in life. And no, give first. Give your time. Give your time, you know. People put a lot of value on time, a lot more than on money. I told you. I give you $25,000. I give $25,000 to a charity right now, or I take a week of my time and go paint a school in the neighborhood. What are you going to attach most value to? The money I gave, that I took and I had and I gave, or the time that I took to go help? All my week. That's it. So give your time. Don't give just your money. Give your time. Help people. What's the big deal with that? Every day I give my time to help those reggae singers. This is how I see it. I don't do that because I want to be distracted. I do it to help people, to share their music, to make them grow, so they can realize their dreams. If other people realize their dream, I will realize mine. It's about helping people. It's not about you. It's not. That's one thing I realize, and that's why I do everything I do the way I do it. And I go hard at it, and I'm there every freaking day because I know who I am, and I know what I came to do here. Yeah. It's very clear to me. Because I've done the work. Again, if you sit on your couch and you go by National Geographic and shit like that, you'll never know anything. This is just illusion. It's just, and I thought I knew things before when I was looking at National Geographic and Discovery on TV and all these channels that they have to enslave your mind. Oh, my. I thought I knew things. When I realized, first of all, the shape of the earth was a lie, I'm like, whoa. And then I told my children everything I know. All my children know. First of all, I yap like that in the house also, so they know everything I know, and I don't stop. You know, it's not. I want to live. I want people to remember me. I want to be phenomenal. Because if you're not phenomenal, you'll be forgotten. I don't want to be forgotten. Yeah, my children are going to remember me for sure, but I want the rest of the world to remember me. That's why I'm here. That's why I will never go, I will always go higher and higher in my journey and realize more and more who I am as I go. Flat Earth equal God. Mine about that. Who's that guy? White? Mine about this. The Earth is flat. What does that mean? When you don't know, bro, the Earth is not a ball. I thought everybody knew these days. Anyway, yeah, the Earth is not a ball. That's it. The Earth is probably flat. When we say flat, it's more of a multi-dimensional terrain because there's mountain lakes and everything. But you have been lied to about everything. So if you just woke up to that, white, I don't know. It's the first time I see you on my channel. Great to interact with you. But yeah, the Earth is probably not what they tell us for sure. And what it is, I can tell you, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the whole Earth. But the horizon is horizontal. You know, horizon, horizontal. There's no curve. It's a mathematical curvature. That's what it is. It's in your head. The curve is in your head. There's no curve. Show me the curve. I shut my mouth. White. You come and show me the curve. I withdraw all my video. There's no curve. There's no curve. So if it's a ball floating in space, if it's round like they show us, okay, show me the curve. Show me a picture of the Earth. Have you ever seen a picture of the Earth? I've never seen any. There's no picture of the Earth. But there's a Hubble telescope out there. That's what I was telling Gavin, my son. I said, Gavin, it's weird, and they have a telescope out there. It's called Hubble. It can take pictures of galaxies that are far, far, far away, millions of kilometers away, apparently, but he can turn around and take picture of the Earth and send it to us in real time, or give us a 24/7 spin of the Earth at 1,000 miles per hour, faster than the speed of sound. Faster than the speed of sound, you're turning, 1,000 miles per hour, faster than the speed of sound. Faster than any sound of object reaching your ear. That's the speed of sound. I'm not crazy, What is the speed of sound if it's not that? That's it. So anyway, so guys, that was a great one. That was a great one, but there's a lot to say for sure. I'm gonna read your comment a bit. Hold on. Clearly, flattered God mind about that. Truman on fire. Yeah. Jesus said that our eyes are only weapon against Satan, and the earth and the flat earth is just one of the truths. Yeah, that's it. Jesus said that. Yeah, Jesus, but the Jesus, like I said, Gavin was asking me about Jesus. I think Jesus is inside each and every one of us, and that's what we have. You know, the Christ consciousness that they talk about, it's to have the divine consciousness. Me, that's what I see about Jesus. I see everybody talking about Jesus all over this plane. Who is Jesus at one point? But I think Jesus is also is a representation of what we do to each other in society. Every day we crucify each other for no reason. For no reason, we crucify each other. Instead of being united and finding solutions together, we crucify each other. To me, it's a big fairy tale. It's a big representation because, first of all, it's only talk to me about a guy that supposedly exists 2,000 years ago. Come on, imagine the lies that's been perpetrated since then to come to this day to tell us that Jesus is. Come on, it's just. So at one point, this is where I detach from it. But I got my kids baptized in a Catholic church. I was baptized myself. I got married in a Catholic church. It's not because, but I realized at one point what was behind it, all the satanism and the evil stuff behind. And because I wasn't questioning stuff before, it's not hard. If you don't question anything, you won't find out anything. Just stay dormant on your freaking couch. Don't question nothing, and you will know nothing. But the moment you start questioning things, this is where you start to get answers. But if you don't question, quest. There's a quest, there's a quest in question. That's it. That's my quest, questioning. I question everything. I even question myself sometimes. And why not? Why not? That's it. Oh, my bro Pierre is back. My bro Pierre is back. Flat Earth is a religion. How come, Pierre? Flat Earth is a religion. Why you say that? Pierre, I love you, Pierre. You're so great. Even though, that's the beauty of it. And this is what I want us to come to. It's not because we don't believe the same thing. You can believe, Pierre, you spin on a ball. I don't give a shit. It doesn't mean we can get along. It's just a belief. It's like me. I know I'm not on a ball earth spinning at 1,000 miles an hour because I don't feel it. I don't feel it. And faster than the speed of sound, I would feel it. There's many things around me that would fall with gravity and all kinds of stuff that don't make sense in their model. So it's very easy to point the lies, but I cannot show you the earth. The only place I can show you the earth is get out here with my camera and take a picture of the earth outside. That's the only one you're going to get, and that's the only one you will ever get from everywhere because there's no picture of the earth. So to come back and to tell me that the flat earth is a religion, the flat earth, Pierre, I don't totally disagree with you. There's a kind of a psyop behind it. I've seen it too. You're not totally wrong by saying it's a religion. You're not totally wrong. I give you a half-truth in there. Because people get caught up into the flat earth, into the explanation that they are given. Like, people will explain them stuff and they will just take what they got explained and they will not research further. So this is where you're right. It's a kind of a religion. It's a kind of a cult. It's a kind of a... Because even now, you in touch with the truth and you don't even question the truth. Like, this is my point. Even question the truth. Question what you're being fed. by those truthers, supposed, because the one closest to the truth are the biggest liars. So that's why I say I question everything. And Pierre, you're not totally wrong. I seen it through the religion and the cult and the stuff. Because people don't question it. Because people don't question it, they go and take for granted that Eric Dubé is telling them things, and that's how it's gonna work. Like, hello? Like, can I question it by myself? Can I make sense of it by myself? So that's why, in that sense, I don't need NASA. I don't need any government to govern my mind. I don't need Eric Dubé to tell me how the flat earth work. I don't need anybody. I can make sense of all this by myself. I have all the truth inside of me, all the biological equipment to make sense of reality. I have it all. I have it all. So I don't need anybody else. I don't need NASA, no government, no nothing. But some people get stuck, and they need other people to show them stuff. And this is where we get a bit caught up into this cult or religion, if you want to call it. Yeah. Globe is a religion. Globe is a religion. I believe on flat earth again and again. Yeah, yeah. But believe. It's another thing. Believe, I don't like that word because there's the word lie in there. And we must know. We know we're not on a flying ball through space. We know that. But to know where we are, this is the mystery of life also. Why? This is where life gets mysterious, okay? It's when you don't know. Now we're rediscovering, not really because the earth has always been there. It's just us, we've been dormant and not realizing stuff. But this is where the mystery of life starts to unfold, and life starts to be mysterious, and you start being curious about life, and you start coming out and like me, feeling kind of reborn, because you discover your greater purpose. You discover that, come on, you're much more than what they told you. Anyway, this is my, but to believe, that's it, to believe that the earth, for sure, the horizon is horizontal. There's all kinds of stuff that, but how do you want to, first of all the forms, all the letters, all the numbers, it's all part of the program. It's all fantasy. So all the languages, these are all, that's a biocomputer. You need a program in there. That's the language you speak, is the program. That's your program. And in there, it's encoded with many different things that your subconscious picked up. And it's sick when you start to research in this. But it's worth it to go in it and to go into the rabbit hole and research those stuff. I'm not here to, I've done the research. That's why I'm on YouTube and speaking my mind like this, because I know from a very clear point, I see very clear in their system and their madness, and that's why I'm able to come out and speak about it, and I know my stuff. And Pierre, I invite you to come live with me to talk about it. I invite anybody that have truth on their side. Come and share it with me live on YouTube so everybody can know. Don't just come and comment like that. Pierre, I invite you many times to my Truman show. Come on. Anyway, it's up to you. I don't force anybody, but if you want to come and discuss with me, and even like this, I'm going to be here every morning. So every morning I'm going to be here, Pierre, and I'm not blocking you, Pierre, from the chat or anything like that. Unless people lose control and are very arrogant and very negative, and I will not, because I like to have different point of views. I'm not only flat earth. I know it's much more than that, and I know we can all share something, and we can all awake each other to a greater purpose. It's not only about the place where we live. We can talk about the earth all day long. We can talk about the shape of the earth, but is that going to make you realize your greatness and manifest it? This is my point. That's why at one point the truth external is one thing, but you must go internal also, because this is where a lot of the work happens, is on the inside. Once you start waking up that conscience, great stuff will happen. Great people will come your way too. Great people, and that's what happened to me from day one. And yeah, let me see. Oh, Nasir is here. Good morning, Nasir. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So very, very important to speak our mind, to keep sharing our inspiration all together, and that's it. Tell our children the truth, and the truth about everything. The army, the government. Me, I told them, just take the word government. It's to govern your mind. So why the heck do they want to govern my mind for? So I told Gavin, I said, why do you think they want to govern your mind? Why do they have to govern your mind? You can govern yourself? I said, yeah, Daddy, I can govern myself. I said, yeah, you can, just like me. I said, we can all govern ourselves. But we have let go of our power, and we don't want to take responsibility. We want to be lazy with our life and not do nothing, and we sit on the couch and watch TV. This is humanity today. Yeah. Humanity has turned into a living dead, and so bad. It's so bad. Me, I realized too, looking back, because I have experienced it myself, that all that madness programming of Babylon, and I got out of it. So once you know, if you're not aware of what you are in, like people in society, and me, I say it all the time, people don't know that they don't know that they don't know. And they don't know that they don't know. That's it. They don't know. And they don't even know that they don't know. So how do you want them to even, but I think it starts with the questioning. If you don't, it's just because people don't question things. We go through school and we just teach the same fears to the children, and you know, they get taught school and stuff today that the same stuff as 60 years ago. What, we don't evolve, we don't go up as society. No, we teach the kids the same thing we taught them 50, 60 years, 100 years ago. But look at our phones 50 years ago and our phones today, and the cars, everything evolved. Everything evolved. The consciousness is rising. But we keep telling lies like crazy to the children in schools. And that's all over the plain earth. I don't think there's a school out there that doesn't have to follow the program. It's come on, there's a big movie out there in place. It's a big movie screen. It's a big, and if we don't pierce through the illusion, I think just seeing through the illusion is a big thing also. Once, like I told Gavin, I said, my children, I said, I don't want you to know everything in deep, all the satanism stuff right now. You're going to probably look at it later in your life, maybe not. But I want you to see the illusion. I want you to know that there's an illusion and that there's a lot of confusion in people's mind. And I don't want you to be confused. I want you to think for yourself. Whether it's a crime to think for ourselves, it's a crime for me to think for myself, to not be like, don't be afraid to be special or different. Be afraid of being like everybody else. That's what I tell them. Be afraid of being like everybody else, because then you get swallowed into group thinking and to cult and to stuff, and think for yourself. Make sense of reality on your own. You don't need me. You don't need think. You know, reflection is the mother of wisdom, and we can all reflect on our existence, on our where we are, and start asking questions. Very, very easy. It's not the question, the problem, it's where you take your answers. Okay, where you take your answers, I take my answers mostly from inside, Pierre. I don't take my answers anywhere else. I don't know what you're talking about where I get my answers, but I get my answers from my mind. The truth is in our mind. To seek is to find. You don't want to seek, it's your problem. You don't want to see the truth inside your mind, inside and after outside in the world, it's your problem. I can do nothing. I can only show you the door, Pierre. I cannot take you by the hand and walk through the door with you. You don't want to see it, you don't want to see it. It's fine. It's fine. There's millions of people like that. I don't hold grudge to you for that. No, I know we don't need people in a way that don't want to awake. We need more conscious people, more. So it's those one that really I tend to motivate. And you know, I don't want to entertain people that doubt me. If you doubt me, Pierre, why are you here? Why are you here if you doubt me? I don't want to entertain you. I don't want to share my inspiration. Like you doubt me from where do you get your answers? I get my answers from there. Where do you think I get? In a book, at school, Eric Dubé, this, that? No, I make sense of reality on my own. I just said it. With all due respect. So, bro, White believes flat earth. Yeah. I don't, I'm not, I cannot understand someone who believes that Jesus will come back to save him. Yeah, that's another thing. Jesus will come back to save the earth. That's so fairy tale. Such a fairy tale. It's such, But this is what happened with us: is we believe in so many fairy tales that we get stuck in. The dinosaur is another one. The dinosaur is another good one. That's what I tell Gavin. Even Gavin looks at me. He said, "What, Daddy?" He said, "They all have their team there ready on site." And he said, "How can they find the bone?" He said, "You know, it just doesn't make sense. It's a big blow up illusion." And I think what keeps the illusion in place is just that we don't question things. And even the people that are indoctrinated in schools, and you know, I went through school myself, never questioning anything. I went all the way to CJEP. I did big science course and that, and never questioned anything that they were telling me. So if you don't question things, you will never see anything or know anything, because we can talk, but it's to experience it, experience life. Life is an experience. That's what I think more and more, is that it's a big experience and we have to experience it. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go for this one. That was a good one, and I'll be back tomorrow morning. You're welcome to join in the chat if you have questions or stuff to ask me, or I'm open to anything. The religion is man-made, yeah, for sure. The religion is man-made. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah. I'm just reading your comment. So yeah, Walter White, big up everyone. Big up everyone. Big up. Rise and shine. Keep rising and shining. Keep speaking true. And don't search too much outside of yourself. Seek inside. To seek is to find. And shine your light. Do everything you can every day to give your best. Don't stress. Do your best. Forget the rest. That's what I do. I come here. Me, I hope to fuck up here, but so far it doesn't really happen. So anyway, we'll see. But we'll be here tomorrow morning again for another motivation call. Motivation Academie. Janik, was a pleasure to share the vibes with you. Share my heart, what I have in my heart, because that's what I do here. I come out. Everything I do here is out of love and pure love. I'm out.